check the feed.
Y'all better take care of that pajama. I got me some.
Con.
I'm gonna see it right here just in case you want me on computer.
Yeah, con. Plug in. Plug in. All right, y'all ready? Shalom.
Shalom.
All right, we're the brothers out of Great Millstone God Officer coming at you another lesson. The spirit and power of Yahweh Shemel Shai. But first and foremost, as always, I want to start by giving all praises and glorifications to Yahweh.
By Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rekakodash.
Double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone Well. Peace, love, salutation to the hopeful elect. We got the four corners of earth, preaching his word in truth and sincerity. Shalom.
Shalom.
All right, I got the brothers here. Just gonna do a brief lesson, pretty much a MOTB lesson to the spirit. Paul Yahweh Shemel Shai. And as you see the title, it's June and microchips are here. All right, because Nate, several years ago or years ago, he made mention of it being June at that time, and the microchips weren't here. But we see through prophecy that this devil, he's pushing it. He's pushing it more and more. He's getting this technology and his beast system ready, all right, to push this microchip, man. All right, so it's irrefutable now, more than ever. Okay, so pretty much it's a mockery to him in the IUIC and you other camps that teach against it, man. Okay, saying the microchips, they ain't on microchips, it's not the MOTB. Hey, you're gonna be made to look a fool, man. But we're gonna play this video, man. We're gonna play this video. Let me see.
Right here. Okay.
The 500. This is the IUIC update. We're in June 2016. Ain't no microchip. Ain't no microchip. It's June.
Yeah.
Ain't no microchip. Ain't no microchips. It's June. Somebody should put a beat to that shit.
God.
Nor come to pass.
We in June. Ain't no microchips. We in June. Ain't no microchips. Chips. We in June. Ain't no microchips. June. Ain't no microchips. We in June. It's June. Ain't no microchips. Chips.
Isn't that powerful?
Ain't no microchip. Ain't no microchips. It's June. Give me that. You got it, Isaac?
Deuteronomy chapter 18, verse 22. When a prophet speaketh in the name of the Lord, if the thing follow not, nor come to pass.
We in June. Ain't no microchips. It's June.
Got rid of cash for an entire month. Didn't use any physical cards, so just digital means. And throughout the experiment, I wanted to push myself and try to find what's the furthest possible extent of this future of payments. And I found a guy who is chipping people in Sweden, and I went over to Sweden and he did it.
We in June. Ain't no microchips. It's June.
And I found a guy who is chipping people in Sweden.
We in June. Ain't no microchips. It's June.
And I found a guy who is chipping people in Sweden. And I found a guy who is chipping people in Sweden. And I found a guy who is chipping people in Sweden. And I found a guy who is chipping people in Sweden. And I went over to Sweden and he did it.
We in June. Ain't no microchips. It's June.
So a senior writer on BuzzFeed decides to push the limits of tap to pay. He starts off by trying to pay for everything he can with just his smartphone. Then he ends up going as far as implanting a microchip in his hand in order to complete his transactions.
Ain't no microchips.
Going as far as implanting a microchip in his hand.
Ain't no microchips.
A microchip in his hand.
Ain't no microchips.
A microchip in his hand.
Ain't no microchips.
A microchip in his hand.
Ain't no microchips. It's June.
I'm not lying.
This may be the future of payments. Listen to this story. A senior tech reporter from BuzzFeed ditched his cash, his credit cards, and his wallet for a month. Instead, he implanted a chip in his hand.
Ain't no microchips. It's June.
Instead, he implanted a chip in his hand.
Ain't no microchips.
He implanted a chip in his hand.
Ain't no microchips.
He implanted a chip in his hand.
Ain't no microchips.
He implanted a chip in his hand. He implanted a chip in his hand. He implanted a chip in his hand. He implanted a chip in his hand.
But you got these idiots, I'm gonna call them what they are. These monthly prognosticators talking about if you don't got the chip, you can't buy or sell. Buy or sell what?
Instead, he implanted a chip in his hand that would let him pay for things.
But you got these idiots, I'm gonna call them what they are. These monthly prognosticators talking about if you don't got the chip, you can't buy or sell. Buy or sell what?
Instead, he implanted a chip in his hand that would let him pay for things. Instead, he implanted a chip in his hand that would let him pay for things. Instead, he implanted a chip in his hand that would let him pay for things, pay for things, pay for things.
Put it back on our screen real quick.
Yeah.
All right. We don't press it. I want to do it for me, but it's all good.
I paused it. So
Oh, so it won't play when it.
nah.
Oh, I want to play. Let it play through then.
You want to play it too?
Yeah, it's lucky.
Things, pay for things.
We in June. Ain't no microchips. It's June.
So how many of these have you sold so far?
Really
Sold
catching on.
thousands, installed about 800 or so. Ready?
Mhm.
Okay. Take a deep breath in and out.
Rad.
We in June. We in June. We in June. We in June. Ain't no microchips. It's June.
Hi guys, welcome back. Today we are at work and I'm getting a spur of the moment RFID chip implants.
We in June. Ain't no microchips. It's June.
I'm getting a spur of the moment RFID chip implants.
We in June. It's June. 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 Ain't no microchips. It's June.
Let's see. All right. All right. As you've seen, a classic, man.
By yours truly, Nate.
Yep, Nate. He's talking about these idiots, right? He was made mention of idiots. Now who's looking like an idiot? It's irrefutable now, more than ever, that the chip is here, man. And Esau.
Like a relentless weed, moderate to severe ulcerative colitis symptoms.
Yeah, there you go. All right. So recently, Trump passed the infrastructure bill with pretty much alluding to what's the AI, the beast system, $500 million infrastructure, toward the beast system. And we in that time, man, with this devil, he's about to pull off a major event where it's gonna set it off, man. Okay. And they've been pushing it mainstream. They've been pushing the RFID micro C mainstream. All right, and it's pretty much here. We at the cusp of prophecy, man. Okay, we're in the midst of World War III. We're in the midst of the economy collapsing. Okay, because there's a lot of layoffs going on, and they're making AI their focal point now. Okay, to the point where you people's services aren't needed anymore, man. Which I ain't saying the AI is the chip, but it's alluding. It's a stepping point, all right, toward the MOTB system. All right. So you people's services are not needed unless you take it. Now, then you become a robot. Then basically you become like AI. Basically, you become controlled. And that's what it's all about with this devil. He's about controlling the masses with this implant, man. Okay, and it's here. And Nate and you other guys, you other camps, you looking like idiots right now, man. You looking like effing idiots, man. Okay, especially you, Nate. Talking about it's June. Hey, we in June, right, brothers?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, it's microchips. It's microchipping money. Oh, you want to bring out that article again, like you did yesterday?
Oh yeah.
We're gonna start up and then we're gonna go ahead and get Revelation 13, starting at verse 9. Bro. Get that milk. You know, I'm gonna get this article because as you know, it's microchipping month for pets. Okay, but according to Nate, you know, I thought it wasn't no microchips, man. You know, I thought it wasn't no microchips, according to this jackass, like you see on the video the brother put up from the Bahamas, man. You know, looking like a jackass, and that's exactly what he looking like, a jackass, a fucking dumbass, man. But he called us idiots, starting with the apostles. Now who's looking like a fucking idiot, man?
Right, con.
Who's looking like an idiot, man?
I'm gonna pull it up on the screen.
Yeah, con. So we're gonna we brought it out yesterday at camp. But June has they officially named it Microchipping Month. You know, last year they had it, but I'm pretty sure this year they're gonna have it again. So it says yes, June is often recognized as National Microchipping Month. Now, if that ain't mockery from Yahweh Shemel Shai, I don't know what is, man. That's pure mockery for you, Nate. It's June, right? Ain't no microchips, but hey, we read it otherwise, right? It says, yes, June is often recognized as National Microchipping Month and is a great time to ensure your pet has a microchip, right? And that their information is up to date. Microchips help to identify lost pets and reunite them with their owners. So again, it's June.
Right.
Why is it microchipping month, Nate? Explain that. You got some explaining to do, and you're gonna have some explaining to do with your congregation. Mm-hmm. When this thing becomes real, when it becomes mandatory for people to take, you're gonna have some explaining to do, man. So you got it, brother.
You see Revelation 13:9?
Yep. And no. You know where the chip is. Start at verse 15. Verse 15. Salaki.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 13, starting at verse 15.
Come.
And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed.
No, it's not talking about Cicero Borgia, so-called white Jesus, the image of the beast. It's talking about the system. All right, the system that Esau put together, and basically, primarily, our people align themselves with and follow, man. Okay, so you know Esau's conditioning with all kind of mechanisms of leading you to the microchip. You know, getting down with this system. You know, getting down with the philosophies and his hegemony. That's a start. Okay, so that's the system he got in place. But the main focal point is having you implanted, which certifies you that you part of the system. Okay.
When you look up the word image, when you look at the word image, it means figuratively, it means the ideal or appearance.
Ideal or appearance. So in the likeness of the image of the beast, you people, when you become microchip, you pretty much in the likeness of that image, man.
Yeah, because another one of the definitions is likeness.
Yep. See, like a Genesis, can you get that real quick? How the angel, Genesis, the first chapter where it says, "Let us make man in our image." See, we're supposed to be at the image after the image of the Most High.
But this beast system, he set it up where you become dependent on it. See, that's another one of their tactics, making you dependent on it.
Yeah, and the gradualism,
yeah.
With a debit card, credit card, and all that.
That's right.
You know, tap pay and all that shit. Conditioning, gradualism. You got it, brother.
This is Genesis chapter 1, verse 26. It says, "And the powers said, let us make man in our image."
Let us make man in our image. Now, this is the angels, you know. which, we're after the likeness of the angels, the sons of God. This is what it's talking about, which we're the Israelites today. So we supposed to be after the image of the Most High. You got it.
After our likeness.
See that? After our likeness. Read on.
Let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowls of the air, and over the cattle, and over all of the earth, and over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth.
So let's say, let us have dominion. See, Esau on the left-hand side, he wants dominion over all the masses of the people. And everything else, that's the left-hand side. So Esau pushing this chip, he wants dominion on the left-hand side. See, he tries to be like the Most High. Okay, real quick, can you get in that 2 Thessalonians, the main point? 2 Thessalonians, what verse is that? We're just gonna get to the point where it says, "I will be like the Most High."
I think it is Ezekiel.
Now there's one in 2 Thessalonians.
Oh yeah. There it sure is.
And there's one in Isaiah of the 14th chapter too. I'm gonna grab this. Let me see what verse is that. Bear with us, brothers and sisters. 2 and let me see. Is it verse 4? Yes. Matter of fact,
are you sure you're not talking about Isaiah 14:14?
Yeah, that's a good one too. But
Isaiah 14:14.
No, you can bring that
up. This is Isaiah chapter 14, verse 13. It says, "For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of the Most High."
Right. So he exalting that pride, man. It's talking about that pride, primarily, which he got space stations and things of that nature. But he can go into pride. So he will exalt himself above the stars of the Most High. So he's exalting himself above. He's trying to exalt himself above the Most High, man. Okay, because he has the so-called white man has a complete God complex. Okay, you got it.
It says, "I will exalt my throne above the stars of the Most High. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north." Right, the mountain of the congregation is talking about Israel. Verse 14, it says, "I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High."
Hey, yep. That's it. I will be like the Most High. See, he wants to try to make himself equal with Yahweh Shema Shai. He can't do that, man. All right, because the Lord gave him this technology, man. Just like he blessed them with the sword, he blessed them with those missiles primarily, man, just to destroy himself. So you cannot be equal, Esau, to the Most High's playing field, man. Okay, all right. He's going to let you get off a certain period of time by pushing that microchip. But then he's gonna bring your ass down just to show his power, just like he did back in ancient Egypt. When Pharaoh, he hardened his heart, he brought his ass down. The same thing with you, the modern day Pharaoh, man.
That's right.
He's gonna bring your ass down, man. Trying to push this microchip, see, you gotta be a demonic individual that want to implant somebody and make them a robot. See, that's the only way you say people's gonna pretty much coexist with your society by microchipping and make them robots if they want to stick around, so to speak.
I want to bring out this precept real quick. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 75. I'm gonna start at verse 4. It says, "I said unto the fools, deal not foolishly, and to the wicked lift not up the horn. Lift not up your horn on high. Speak not with a stiff neck." That means don't be proud. Don't speak proudly. "For promotion cometh neither from the east, nor from the west, nor from the south." So we know what promotion means, basically being elevated or exalted. Verse 7 says, "But the Most High is the judge. He putteth down one and setteth up another."
Beautiful. That backs up the precept in Sirach 10. You want to elaborate?
Right. So the Lord is going to put Esau down, man. We're living in the times where the Lord is bringing Esau down little by little, as it says in the New Testament. I'm sorry, in the Old Testament, the Lord is bringing Esau down.
That's right. Yep. So the Lord's bringing you devils down, man. You got precept.
Further back it up.
Come on, you got it. Oh, you find it. Good, good.
2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 4.
Come on.
Who opposes and exalted himself.
Matter of fact, start at 1 real quick. Read on down. Yes.
Okay. I start at 3.
Come on.
2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 1. Now we beseech you, brethren, by the coming of our Lord, Yahweh Shah, and by our gathering together unto him, that ye be not soon shaken in mind, or be troubled, neither by spirit, nor by word, nor by letter, as from us, as that day of the anointed is at hand.
Right. So the day of the Lord is at hand. So we know when Esau pushes that chip mandatorily, and we can look up to, like the scriptures say, look up to the skies for your redemption draweth nigh. All right. We can look for the Lord to come back and the missiles to fly. You got it, brother.
Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first.
That's pretty much talking about 70 AD. Okay, we fell away, and you know the Romans were allowed to besiege Jerusalem. We had to flee, you know, because Jake, being wicked, man. Okay, and then ultimately, when we fled the interiors of Europe, to Africa, we start going off, and then that's when Esau had the leverage to overtake us. Bring us over here on the cargo slave ships to the Americas, man. Fulfill prophecy of Deuteronomy 28:68. So we completely failed as a nation. We were brought over here, to America. You got it.
And that man of sin be revealed,
which is Esau. You got it.
The son of perdition.
So the son of destruction is Esau, man. All right, he's a vessel of destruction, and the Lord is using him in these last days, to pretty much make an example out of him. How not to be, man. Because again, he wants to exalt himself as the Lord, on an equal playing field, like I said, man. All right, or better, which you can't be better than the Most High. You got it, brother.
2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 4.
Come on.
Who opposes and exalted himself.
See that? Who opposes and exalted himself.
Opposition.
So he's opposing to the Most High. He's complete opposition to righteousness, man.
Yeah.
And he exalted. He's trying to elevate himself above Yahweh Shema Shah.
That's why the word Satan or Shaitan means adversary. He's an adversary to the Most High.
Come. That's right. You got it.
2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 4. Who opposes and exalted himself above all that is called the Most High.
And above all that is called the Most High. Where the Most High laid down, his son, that's why he paint the images of Yahweh Shah white, the angels white, the Israelites are so-called white. And he planted those fake ones over there in the 1948s over there in Israel right now. So that's an example of opposing himself against Yahweh Shema Shah. All right. Set himself up as the face of righteousness, as the face of the Most High, as the face of the Lord and his people. You got it.
So that he, as the Most High, sitteth in the temple of the Most High.
See that? Read on.
Showing himself that he is the Most High.
That's the point. Showing himself that he is the Most High. So with this see here, he's trying to show himself that he is the Most High. All right. But the Lord even gave him that technology just to bring him down, just to cut him off.
That's right.
When the time comes, we about to, like in Job, when he about to fill his belly, man. See, the Most High got you devils in a trick bag, man. You don't even know it. You got these idiots, these idiot Israelites that you paid off, trying to cover for your ass. Talking about, they ain't talking about the sea hill. The MOTB is not talking about the sea hill. You're crazy. You're out your fucking mind, man. Okay, and you're gonna be made to look like an idiot, Nate. It's June, right? It's June, right? Ain't no microchips. Okay, we're gonna see. We're gonna see, man. Like I said, you're gonna have some explaining to do. All right.
The Most High got a great sense of humor.
That's right.
He giving these devils just enough rope to hang their damn self.
That's right. Just enough rope to hang themselves. That's the old saying, man. So keep loosen that rope, man. It's gonna give you a lot, and eventually it's gonna.
That's right.
You're gonna choke, man. You're gonna strangle to death.
You're gonna kick that mule from up under you.
That's right. Gonna kick. You know how they used to kick that stool.
That's right.
To hang you. That's exactly what you're doing, Nate.
That's right.
You giving it like the brother said, you giving enough rope to hang your goddamn self, man. Okay, that was in the morning.
That was pretty much it.
That's pretty much it. You can get
I'm gonna bring this precept on the comment board real quick.
Yeah,
because I had got this scripture earlier. This is Matthew 12 and 36. I'm sorry. But I say unto you that every idle word that men shall speak, they shall give account thereof in the day of judgment. And what the words that will they were spoken, he gonna know at the end of the day, you're gonna have to give account for those words, man. Your lying and your deception, you're gonna have to take accountability for that shit, man.
That's right.
You're gonna have to pay for it. You know, that's all. I had actually had that scripture, and I had I was gonna bring it out, but brother put it up on the comment board.
Yeah, brothers, light it up. Hey, that's spirit though. Hey, every idle word you should speak, you should be held accountable in the day of judgment. So you're gonna be held accountable for those words, Nathaniel.
Yep.
It's June. Ain't no microchips, but hey, prophecy saying otherwise, man. You know, and you try to read that scripture with forget what he brought out. Talking about if this thing came not to pass, you know, but it's coming to pass.
Yeah, it is coming to pass.
Which he don't understand that scripture that they brought out, man. So that's referring to you.
That's right.
You cutting your own self. That scripture you brought out. You want to
put your own foot in your mouth.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I got the word for idle word. I went on Google and I typed in idle word meaning in the Bible. It says in the Bible, an idle word refers to a careless, thoughtless, or empty word spoken without purpose or reflection.
See that? No, you can break it down.
Right. See the words that you spoke, Nate. You didn't consider that maybe it wasn't that time yet, or you just was willingly ignorant of what was going on concerning the chip. You know, you saying that ain't no microchips, but there's evidence of microchips, and you just fucking ignoring it, man. Or you're not paying attention to it, or you just don't care. You're being ignorant to the fact that there are microchips and people are being fucking chipped, man.
Yep.
That's where the careless and the thoughtless comes into play, man.
Because you
that's it.
Paid off, man.
Yeah.
That's
what you said about the richest blinded. Hold on.
You can bring that out.
Blinded eyes. Let me see. Blind.
You can get Isaiah. Yeah, so
I was gonna get 64.
Yeah, you go and get that, and after that, get Isaiah
36. Oh, here you go. This is the book of Sirach, chapter 20, verse 29. Sirach or Ecclesiasticus 20 and 29. It says, presents and gifts blind the eyes of the wise, and stop his mouth that he cannot reprove.
There you go. So gift destroyed the heart.
Yep.
Ecclesiastes 7:7. So that bribery, that payoff, pretty much them blinding your judgment.
Yep. You got them blinders on them stunner shades.
Brother, put it up. I'm gonna bring it out on precept. Hopefully, hey, shalom, bro. I'm gonna show it.
Yeah, you just click on it. Yeah, there we go.
All right, there we go. Ecclesiastes 7:7 says, surely oppression maketh a wise man mad, and a gift destroyeth the heart. See that? So that gift, that bribery, that payoff can destroy your heart and not teaching the right way of the microchip, which is a vital part of prophecy. It's a vital part of prophecy that you got to warn the people, man. But you're not doing that because you're teaching otherwise. You're teaching contrary to what it actually is.
That gift blinds you, man.
That's right, man. So you rest against judgment. Meaning you fight against the judgment of Yahweh Shemel Shot. You're trying to fight against prophecy, man, but you can't do it. Either way, it's coming to pass, man. No matter how much you try to fight against it, it's gonna come to pass. Just like Esau trying to fight against his judgment, it's gonna come to pass regardless, man.
Right, and then it's gonna get to a point where you can't ignore it.
Yeah,
the chip is gonna be so obvious you can't ignore it.
That's right.
You're gonna be like the elephant in the room.
Right. Esau. I mean, Nate, you're gonna be looking like a jackass, man. Brother put in that subtitle, hey, you looking like a jackass. That's what you're looking like, a donkey, man.
Oh, damn. Oh, that's like it. That's what you're looking like.
Yep. That's what you're looking like. And then you're going to have a lot of explaining to do, man, when it comes to your congregation. I can bring this out. This is Titus Titus 1 and 10. For there are many unruly and vain talkers and deceivers, especially they of the circumcision. So the circumcision is talking about the ones that know they're Israelites. And you're unruly and vain talker and a deceiver, Nate. You, Johanna, you too, and Wi-Fi, Naquam, saying that the MOTB is not the C-hip. You're deceivers. You're vain talkers. You're unruly against Yahweh Shema Shah, teaching against the true doctrine. Okay, you're not teaching the right doctrine. So guess what? Hey, the Lord put you in the portion of unbelievers, man. The wicked. You had some.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 64, verse 8. So they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves.
Hey, that's awesome. You're talking about Esau, but you can you can equate the wicked of Israel too. Because hey, your tongue fell upon yourself. Nate, when you try to bring out that scripture, try to call yourself cut us in the apostles, starting with the apostles, you know, saying if this thing not come to pass, I forget. Like I said, I forget exactly what scripture you brought out, but I think
it might be in Jeremiah.
Yeah,
I think I know what scripture you brought out. It's in Jeremiah, I think.
Yeah, Jeremiah, I think it's 21 or something like that. But alluding to false prophets, which you was cutting yourself. You was cutting yourself, man. So that your tongue is falling upon yourself, man. Start from the top again.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 64, verse 8.
Come.
So they shall make their own tongues to fall upon themselves.
See that?
All that see them shall flee away. We see you, Nate.
Yep.
And your congregation need to see you for what you are too. They need to flee away from you.
That's right.
And all men shall fear and shall declare the works of the Most High, for they shall wisely consider of his doing. Right. You know, your men should pay attention, Nate.
They don't, because the apostles always call them what? Zombies. Zombies just follow order.
Blinded by the light.
Yep. And they so stupid they can't even see that this man is a hypocrite and a false prophet. They just blindly follow this guy, man. They don't have a mind of their own, so to speak. You know, to realize that he's going to fuck off. So he got a lot of blood on his hands.
Yeah, they serving the creature more or less than the creator. They follow behind Nate. Not the words of the Most High, but whatever come out of Nate's mouth.
And Nate's a false prophet, just like Johanna and the rest of you guys that teach contrary, all right, to the sound doctrine of Yahweh Shema Shah, which resides at Great Millstone, starting with the apostles, man. Okay? And every idle word you should speak, you're going to be held accountable to judgment. You're going to take a portion of their judgment. The people you led astray into that ditch, you're going to take a portion of that, man. Okay? Because you're leading the sheep astray. You're leading the sheep to the slaughter. Can somebody get that? They have led my sheep to the slaughter, and that's what you're doing. You're going to lead your congregation to take it, man. It's like you said it was okay to take the jump shot back in 2021. You and Johanna, Nate and Johanna said it was okay. And we got receipts on that. We got receipts, man. So you're leading the people, you're leading the sheep to the slaughter, man. Yeah, let me see, lead to the slaughter.
How is it? Romans 8:36.
What it says.
Let's see.
I think this gave me Isaiah 53:7. Romans 8:36. Oh, 2nd Ezra 15:10. Yeah, that's a good one. 2nd Ezra 15:10. This is what you false prophets are doing amongst Israel, man. That know you're Israelites, the circumcision.
This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 15, verse 10.
Come.
Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter.
See that? By false prophets. You blindly follow your leaders, man, of these false prophets of Israel. You got it.
I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt.
Right, because the modern day Egypt is Babylon the Great, aka America, and he's getting ready to destroy this place. So with all the idolatry going on, all the wickedness going on, he's going to destroy this place, man. So again, he will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt. He ain't gonna suffer all this wickedness, Babylon anymore. All manner of wickedness, he's not gonna suffer anymore, man. Okay. So those of you that are led to the flock of the slaughter, guess what? You're just gonna get caught up in the destruction when it comes, man. Primarily by thermonuclear fire, man. Okay. So hey, here's another precept. That was it on there. I'm gonna bring this out of Titus 1:11. it says, whose mouths must be stopped. It says, who subvert whole houses, teaching things which they ought not, for filthy lucre's sake. So guess what? Being paid off, being bribed is detrimental for you false prophets, man, especially you IUIC, you other camps that have been paid off to teach contrary to sound doctrine, teach contrary to what the apostles teach. All right, you're teaching for filthy lucre's sake, man, and your mouths must be stopped. Okay, and we're breaking down those strongholds. All right, here at Great Millstone through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Shemal Shah, and there's nothing you can do about it, man. Okay, there's nothing you can do about it. All right. Let me see some. Anybody got some more, please? Oh yeah, you said Salakia. I don't know what I did. You got that Isaiah 36 and 6. I don't know how to wrote this, brother. He gonna have to show. Get back on the screen. You got it, brother.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 36, verse 6. Lo, thou trusted in the staff of this broken reed of Egypt.
Right. So you trust in the broken. Read that again from top slot.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 36, verse 6. Lo, thou trusted in the staff of this broken reed of Egypt.
Right. So Egypt, aka America, is broken, man. The power structure is being broken through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Shemal Shah, and you niggas still trust in it. Even you camps, man, the ones of the circumcision, you still trusting in this system, man. So guess what? You're gonna be broken down. You're gonna be destroyed with it, man. You got it, brother.
Whereon, if a man lean, it will go into his hand and pierce it.
Right. If a man lean, it will go into his hand and pierce it, man. Okay, and that's talking about the seal, the injection, the implant. All right, read on.
So is Pharaoh, king of Egypt, to all that trust in him.
Right, and the modern day Pharaoh again is Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. You trust in the shadow of Egypt. All right, you trust in this place. So a lot of you took the jump shot back in 2021. So it's not going to be hard or far-fetched for you to take this implant that Esau's about to push real soon on the masses, this RFID micro seal, man. You want to say something?
I was just going to say, whereon, if a man lean, it will go into his hand and pierce it. That go back to what I was saying earlier about, hey, if you lean on, that dependence. If you depend on it, hey, that's going to be your demise by depending on this system. It will go into his hand and pierce it.
Right.
And that's what this devil going to do. He's going to make you dependent on it. You're going to see all your hope in Esau.
That's right. That's what you're going to do. Like the brother said, you're going to see all your hope in Esau, man. And Esau is Edom, the so-called white man.
That's right.
He's the one that's going to push this thing, man. He's going to push it to the utmost.
That's right. And doesn't his record speak for itself?
Mm-hmm.
You can't depend on these devils.
That's right. You can't, man.
Because there's no righteousness in them.
Right. They don't know righteousness, man. Hey, the scriptures say the wicked shall not understand, man. Okay. There was any more on that? That was it.
That's pretty much it.
I
could read verse 7.
Okay, you got it.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 36, verse 7.
Oh, yeah.
But if thou say to me, we trust in the Most High Yahweh, our power, is it not he whose high places and whose altar Hezekiah has taken away and said to Judah and Jerusalem, ye shall worship before this altar? Now therefore give pledges, I pray thee, to my master, the king of Assyria, and I will give thee 2,000 horses, if thou be able of thy part to set riders upon them. These devils going to promise you the world. They're going to make you see that your only way out is with them. And they're going to make all kind of promises.
What I did. They put me back on the
Pretty much like they did and what? When they promised Jake 40 acres and 2 meals, and what did they get out the deal?
Right. Nothing.
Not a damn thing.
And we don't want your damn reparations either, man. We want your blood. We want you as reparations. Pretty much Esau.
We want the kingdom.
We want the kingdom, which you as our part of our inheritance. That's what we want, man. Okay, you get Isaiah 30, start at verse 1. No, 31, start at verse 1.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 31, verse 1. Woe to them that go down to Egypt for help.
Mm-hmm. A lot of you gonna be in the lines, want to get sea help because you're gonna see that your back is against the wall. You can't buy, sell, can't work. Pretty much you're ostracized from society, man. Okay, without this sea help. So you're gonna fold because ultimately you don't have Yahweh Shemal Shai to trust and lean upon. You got it, bro.
Isaiah chapter 31, verse 1. Mm-hmm. Woe to them that go down to Egypt for help. Mm-hmm. That the brother said you're going to be in line for it. Just the same line you'll be in whenever you go to the welfare office. The same line you'll be in when you go to the income tax refund office. That's the same way it's going to be again. You're going to flock to it. And stay on horses and trust in chariots. Mm-hmm. Because they are many.
Right.
And in horsemen because they are very strong.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you look at the Esau as being a stronghold, like he has all the power. No, Yahweh Shemal Shai has all the power, man. Mm-hmm. And that's what y'all fail to realize. But you're gonna find out real soon, man. This devil don't got no power, man. He only has the power with the Most High, as much power as the Most High give him, man.
That's right.
Which is no power. You got it.
And you Eve's gonna find out the hard way too.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, they feeling
it. They already
right
finding out right now.
They feeling it right now.
That's right.
You got it.
But they look not unto the Holy One of Israel.
Right, the Most High. You don't look to Yahweh Shemal Shai, man, through his son, you don't look toward your power source, which is Yahweh by Shemal Shai. You got it.
Neither seek the Most High power.
You're not seeking the Lord, man. Like you say, seek the Lord while he may be found early, roughly paraphrasing. You got to seek the Lord early. You seek him by watching the prophets, listen to the prophets, man. The true prophets, which reside at Great Millstone, starting with the apostles. You got it.
Yet he also is wise and will bring evil.
Like the Lord is bringing all this evil. He's going to bring the sea help on the left-hand side through Esau. You got it.
And will not call back his words.
Right, because he's a man that he should not lie.
That's right.
He don't backtrack on prophecy, back on his words. Mm-hmm. He put his word over him. So it's going to come to pass. Nate, ain't no microchips, right? You got it.
But will arise against the house of the evildoer.
Mm-hmm. He's going to rise against you. He's going to put you down, man. Eventually. Y'all, it's really long overdue for you niggas to get judgment, man. But the Lord gotta make good on his word, man. You got it.
And against the help of them that work iniquity.
Mm-hmm. Excluding 2/3. Yeah. Starting with Esau, but including 2/3 of our people in the other nations.
Especially the one that done joined hand with these devils.
The hand joining hand.
That's right.
The wicked shall not go unpunished.
That's right.
And you're gonna be punished with them though. You got it, brother.
Verse 3. Now the Egyptians are men.
The Egyptians are what?
The Egyptians are men.
And read on.
And not the Most High.
So you're not the Most High. Esau, you're the Egyptian, man. You're the top Egyptian right now. And you're not the Most High. Okay? Let alone these peons, man. Okay? So, fear not the ones that can kill the body, but fear the one that can kill the body and soul in hell. That's the Most High. You got it?
And their horse is flesh.
Their power, man.
Yeah.
So the flesh is, and read on.
And their horse is flesh, carnal, and not spirit.
And not spirit.
That's right.
A carnal mind is enmity with the Lord. So just based off that, Esau gonna lose, man. Okay, you got it.
When the Most High Yahweh shall stretch out his hand, both he that helpeth shall fall.
Like though hand join the hand. That's all we mentioned. Proverbs 11:21. Read on.
And he that is hoping shall fall down. And they all shall fall together.
And they all shall fail together, man. You're going to fall with this devil. those of you that trust in this motherfucker, man. Excuse my French. You gonna fall with him, man. Nate, you gonna fall with Esau.
That's right.
Johanna, you gonna fall with him. Naquan, you gonna fall with him. And all you other guys gonna fall with this damn devil. Paid you off, you're gonna fall with him, man. And that's good for you because you trust. Hey, the scriptures say, "Cursed be the man that put his trust in man and make it flesh his arm, meaning his power, his strength." So you make Esau your strength instead of your true power your strength, man. Because you love this society. You love Esau. You love America. All right. And you hate Yahushua.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't want to see the kingdom. We want to see the kingdom, man. We ready for the kingdom,
Yesterday.
man. We are hyped for the kingdom of heaven, man.
Yeah, because we know the kingdom is going to be nothing but blessings for us.
That's
you know,
right.
as it says in Deuteronomy 28, it's more curses than blessings. But those when you read through those 15 blessings, it covers a lot. It
Right.
covers a whole lot, man. And we're gonna get to experience that.
That's right.
And we're gonna be blessed for once. When you look up the Hebrew word for blessed, it means someone's bowing down to you or kneeling to you, man.
Yep.
So that's how you know you're blessed, when somebody's bowing to you. And that's gonna happen every day in the kingdom.
Yep. And Apostle Hall went into that. You know, he officially broke it down a while back what blessed meant. It means to bow.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the nation's gonna bow to us. See, Esau on the left-hand side wants you to bow to him by taking that seal. But we ain't the elect is not gonna do that, man. Lord willing, we part of that number. We're not gonna do that. The 1/3 is not gonna bow down to this system.
Yeah, how right is that, man?
We're gonna bow down to Yahushua, Yahweh Bahashim Yahushua. That's what we bowing down to, man.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we making him our strength, not Esau, the so-called white man. You know, and his system. All right. That's pretty much it on that, I believe. You had something to talk?
No, I ain't had nothing. I was thinking about it, pulling in scripture out the corner.
Oh, yeah, come on.
Zechariah, he got Zechariah 13:8.
Yeah, we can get that real quick.
This is Zechariah 13:8. It says, "And it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith the Lord, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the third shall be left therein."
The third is talking about the 1/3. The 2 parts is the 2/3. So 2/3 are gonna again align themselves with this system. And the penalties, Revelation 14 chapter, hey, it's written. You know, we're gonna be destroyed.
It's clear
in the
as day.
sight of the angels, in the sight of the Lamb, which is Yahushua. You're gonna be destroyed by the thermonuclear missiles, man.
You're gonna be torched with fire, man.
That's right. You're gonna be burned up.
Literally.
God.
Verse 9, it says, "And I will bring the third part through the fire and refine them as silver is refined, and will try them as gold is tried, and they shall call on my name, and I will hear them."
That's talking about the 1/3.
The elect.
The elect, we're being brought through the fire spiritually, being spiritually refined, which that's what we want. We don't want to go through the actual fire. That's the hard way of being refined. We rather go through it spiritually than carnally, man, or you know, the actual fire. The actual fire ain't gonna be nice. 1 million degrees Fahrenheit. Come on, man. Who wants to feel that, man? I know I don't. I know these brothers don't, man. So that's why we fear the Lord.
Yeah, because that fire from the bomb is going to be 1 million degrees Fahrenheit, especially in the fireball at the epicenter of the blast. It's going to turn you straight to powder, man.
Ground zero.
Yeah, ground zero.
Hey man,
It's gonna be so bright. It's gonna what do they call it? It freezes your shadow. That's how bright that light is, man. Look at the look up shadows of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, man. That's how bright that light was when them bombs hit in Japan, man. It actually froze people's shadows, bro. What the fuck kind of shit is that? That's power, bro. That's some hot shit.
And that was atomic. But this right here,
oh man, it's way more powerful.
Worse.
Way more powerful.
Way more powerful.
And that's unprecedented too, because no civilians have ever been destroyed by a thermonuclear missile.
Besides,
as of yet.
Yeah, right. It was besides it was atomic, but
yeah, it was atomic. Yeah, I'm saying like the ICBM has never been used on the civilian population, so it's going to be used though real soon.
Got it.
In the midst of World War III.
I'm gonna finish this off. It says, "I will say it is my people, and they shall say Yahweh is my power." I'm gonna bring up the next precept. Zechariah 14:12. It says, "And this shall be the plague wherewith Yahweh will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem. Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet." Continuing on, and their eyes shall consume away in their holes, and their tongue shall consume away in their mouth.
Yep, you got it, brother.
Right, which that plague is talk about the nuclear destruction, man. You know, there's nothing on this earth, nothing has been created that can cause this type of damage besides the nuclear missiles, man. You know, and that's what Joel 2 was all about. That army that has never been seen before, or never been brought to pass before, that's going to cause a different type of devastation to this world. It's talking about nuclear destruction, man. This is what the Lord prepared for Esau to destroy his ass, man. And we're watching it unfold. And Russia is going to play a big part in the destruction of Babylon. Ra'asha, which is the Hebrew word for, which means a chief. You know, when you look up that word, I believe it's in Ezekiel, I believe the 38th chapter, when it says about the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal. We look up that word chief prince is Russia, which means Russia. You know, so the Lord covered all the bases, man.
Yep.
It's talking about Russia.
Covers all aspects, man.
When I think it's chief prince of Meshach and Tubal. The word chief prince is the Hebrew word is Ra'asha.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. Ezekiel 38.
Yeah, and the main player in the destruction of Babylon is going to be Russia.
Yeah.
You know, which is they poking that bear as we speak. Ukraine, you know, destroying those 40 nuclear planes or whatever. You know, they constantly poking that bear, and they was in the midst of so-called peace talks, which shows you what there ain't gonna be no fucking peace, man. You want to say so?
Did that the scripture say that the Egyptian gonna be against the Egyptian?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, they are the same people.
Or they have
the Edomites over here and the Edomites in Russia. Hey, they're the same people, Edomite.
And they need this to push the system, their system, man. Or they have KO on the masses, man. They need it, you know, to try to implement their agenda. But you know, it's gonna fail miserably because the Lord gonna allow them to get off. But before you know it, you're gonna disappoint them, man.
That's right. Basically, what they think their kingdom gonna rise back up.
The phoenix bird. That's where they get the word phoenix. Because it's a mythological bird that's supposed to rise up out of ashes. Right. But guess what? That's a number of fucking fairy tale, man.
Right. Because in their mind, after the nuclear, when the smoke literally clears, they're gonna come out of their hiding place and try to establish their fucking
the continuity of government.
Yeah.
You know,
with a chip.
The phoenix lifespan is 500 years, and then he have to commit. He have to pretty much commit himself as a sacrifice.
Here you go.
And rise up from the ashes.
I wanted to bring this out real quick. Ra'asha. See, Ezekiel. This is Ezekiel 38 and verse 2. It says, "Son of man, set thy face against Gog." We know who Gog is. Russia, the land of Magog, and the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal, and prophesy against us. When you look at that word chief, which I just got it, it's in the Hebrew, it's Ra'asha. Sounds like what? What does it sound like? Ra'asha sounds like Russia. See? This is look at the Hebrew. Ra'asha. Russia. It sounds like Russia.
The bear, man.
Mm-hmm.
They say in Revelation,
the head, the top, you know, the chief.
They poking them.
Mm-hmm. Keep poking that bear, man. It's gonna fuck you up.
Russia's gonna be the you know, the catalyst of the destruction.
You know, they call it
the spearhead.
Yeah, and then you know, at one time they called it was the cold wall.
Yeah, Cold War.
Then during the wintertime, what the bear do?
Hibernate.
He hibernate. So what they doing? Hey, they interrupting. You interrupt a bear during hibernation, or when he come up out of hibernation. Hey man, this hell to pay. He eat everything in sight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's furious. Yeah, he's hungry and he's furious.
Piss him off, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, not to really get off topic, but it's all alluding to that destruction. But in the midst of that destruction, you go ahead and get yes. Oh, Revelation 14, you go ahead and get it. In the midst of that destruction, those that take that seal, this is gonna be your judgment, man.
Start at verse 9.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 9.
Mm-hmm.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 14, verse 9. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image,
his system, read,
and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High.
Right, you're gonna drink of that wrath, which is going to also be that the nuclear bombs, man. The ICBM nuclear missiles, the icing on the cake for destruction. You got it.
Which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation.
Right, his righteous anger is going to be displayed on the planet Earth, man. Through those missiles. You got it.
And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels.
Like I said earlier.
And in the presence of the Lamb.
Right, which is Yahweh Shai. You're going to be tormented. You're going to be burnt in their presence. Hey, the elect, like the Revelations, it mentions a sea of glass. You know, how the America, that which is the lake of fire is America. For you hell doctrine, idiots out here. You know, they're going to see America burning. You know, they're going to be watching people burn up, man. Right along with the angels and the whole Yahweh Shai. So you're going to be burned in the midst of the holy ones, so to speak. You got it, bro.
And the smoke of their torment ascended up forever and ever.
Which is a period of time. It's going to be a long time, but it's a certain period of time.
Right, because you got to think about it. America is how many square feet? North and south, 5,000 square feet. Miles. North and south. Yeah. That's a big place, and it's gonna burn for a long time, man. You know, if you travel a lot, you will see how big this country is, right. And just imagine all of it being on fire at once. Ain't nothing gonna be able to put that fucking fire out, man.
Right.
So it's gonna burn for a long time. For a long ass time, man. Especially in the south. In the south, you see nothing but what? Greens, trees. You know.
So that means we're gonna have to
Kentucky,
wait a while.
Kentucky, Tennessee, Georgia, Alabama. All you see is what? Greens. Mississippi, Texas, most of the East Texas. It's gonna burn, man. And all of the infrastructure that's here, the buildings, the houses, the gas pumps that's all throughout this place, the fuel, the oil, all of this shit's gonna fucking burn, man. It's gonna burn for a long ass time.
Everything gonna be fuel for the fire.
Exactly. It's gonna be fuel for the fire. Right. You got gas stations on every corner. Think about that, man. That fire is gonna be so deadly. Liquor stores, that liquor gonna burn. The gas station is gonna burn the fuck up too.
Pharmacies.
Yep.
Everything that's flammable gonna burn the fuck up, man.
Right.
So it's gonna take a long time for that fire to go out, man.
That's right.
But when the smoke clears, man.
Yep, definitely.
Oh man, we're gonna get you, nigga. We're gonna get you dope, man. You know, and that's gonna be a long time, man. We gotta have to wait. Then we're gonna get them.
We're gonna be like
because they're gonna be in their bunkers and shit.
We're gonna be like Noah in the ark, you know, waiting on the like Noah was waiting on the flood to see, you know, the water to dissipate. We're gonna be waiting on that fire to dissipate.
No, because another point is the elites, they're not gonna be in America.
Well,
we're gonna be able to get them ASAP because they not gonna be in America. They know what the hell is going on. They know America gonna be destroyed. So you think they're gonna be here? Hell no, they ain't gonna be here, man. Right. They don't even live here now. They got places in they live in other places, man. They don't live in Babylon. They might come here, but they don't live here. They know for a fact America's gonna be destroyed. So why the hell would they put their home base here?
That's right.
You know, a lot of them probably live up in Europe somewhere, man. So that's where we're gonna have to go get their ass. That bottomless pit. You know?
We definitely gonna have to wait to Israel, you know, that fire clear, because that ain't gonna be totally destroyed. But you know, we shall see, you know. We shall see. You can continue reading verse 11.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 14, verse 11.
Yeah, come.
And the smoke of their torment ascended up forever and ever. and they have no rest day nor night.
Right.
Who worship the beast and his image,
Mhm.
and whosoever received the mark of his name.
So again, the ones that receive the mark, the RFID microchip, are going to be part of the judgment, man. Those thermonuclear missiles burning this place up. All right, you got it, bro.
Here is the patience of the saints.
My patience, you got it.
Here are they that keep the commandments of the Most High and the face of Yahushua.
Right. So that's pretty much it. You know, that's the judgment of Yahweh Shema Shai, man, for those that took that that's going to take that MARK. Okay. Because it's gonna be it's at the doorstep of being mandatory. The economy is about to collapse. You know, these nations have been doing away with the dollar. You know, they got the BRICS nations and things like that. You know, the people losing their jobs left and right. You know, these tariffs are doing more damage than good.
Kind of wild.
So, you know, it's only south, things going south for this place, man. Pretty much, things only going downhill from here, man. All right, so the elect is going to stay firm. They're not going to take the chip. They're going to keep their faith in Yahweh Shema Shai. All right, it's June when we know it's June. And there is microchips, like the title says. Let me see what it said. It says it's June and microchips are here. So Nate, microchips are here, man. And you making yourself like a goddamn fool every day, man.
That's why he's constantly changing his doctrine
Yep.
concerning the microchip.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's seeing that, look, I can no longer say things like that.
Mm-hmm.
I can't say it's June, ain't no microchips now.
That's right.
So now he got to change his doctrine. He got to switch it up.
Which the apostles said they was going to do anyway.
Which is crafty.
Yep.
Crafty count a little bit.
Now you saying what they said, the biomatrix.
They might throw a C-hip in there. You know, Apostle Ramla always bring that point out.
They getting the biometrics now. They teaching biometrics. So what that alludes to, man? The C-hip.
You reneging.
Right. Because you saying that this prophecy is coming to pass, man. And that lets you know you're a fucking snake. Man.
You's a phony.
Then he backtracked. He backtracked on something else he said a while back. I can't remember exactly what it was, but he had to double down on it.
Yeah, he basically had to change his doctrine. So a niggard, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's you. Okay. You're a hypocrite, Nate. Hey, the Lord got on hypocrites, man. All right, and you're definitely a hypocrite, meaning an actor. See, you're doing all these things for clout and gimmicks for a show. That's all you're doing it, man, for. Right? You're not about teaching the word. You're not about edifying. You're not about building up the elect. You're not about the elect. You're about trying to save the whole nation. The Lord ain't dealing with the whole nation of Israel. Teaching in the hood and shit, going overseas when you got the internet. You know, the Lord made it convenient for you to teach, you know, at your home with the internet, man. Wherever you reside at, you know, of course, go out on highways and byways, but you made the internet convenient. That's why you got the internet. You don't have to go from country to country on a boat, plane, whatever, to spread this word. You can stay right where you at and teach the word, upload your videos, and whoever's meant to see it is going to see it. You got millions and millions of billions of internet users. The Lord going to get who he wants. You don't have to go country to country. Okay, like I said. So any brother had anything else?
Oh, bring out this preset real quick that a brother put on coming board. Hopeful elect 144K. Proverbs 24 and 21. My son, fear thou Yahweh and the king. Meddle not with them that are given to change.
See, there you go. So you're giving the change, Nate. All right, changing up, switching up the doctrine. It's not the Lord said don't meddle with you. That's giving the change. A double-minded man, you can get that real quick. A double-minded man is unstable
in all his ways.
Yeah, you get that part ended up on this year.
No, I ain't got none right now.
Yeah,
just pulling stuff off the coming board.
I think 1 and 8. So we don't meddle with. That's why we don't fool with you other camps. You give it like Esau. He automatically give it a change. That's why he have amendment here with his laws. Amendment means change, right? He's unstable. He can't keep his own goddamn laws, man.
Mainly because Jake always found a way around that shit.
Yeah,
Jake always find around a way around it.
But
that's why Esau.
Even with that, he'll still change his damn laws because he unstable any goddamn way.
Man, we need salvation, man, from this devil, bro.
Exactly. Lord, the Lord, what the Lord said, he never changes. That's why his law is still the same. His law endured forever, man.
You know, a prime example, what they call the stand your ground law.
Mm-hmm.
When it applied to Jake, man, he still get prosecuted.
Yeah.
James chapter 1, verse 8. A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways.
A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. That's primarily Esau, but you can go to you camps switching up the doctrine. No, stick with what you was teaching, man. It ain't no microchips, right? It's June. Ain't no microchips. No, stick to what that bullshit you was saying years ago, man. Okay? Don't try to switch up now. You know why you switching up? Because you're seeing we're right. Hey, starting with the apostles, you're seeing that the doctrine of Yahweh Shema Shai is right, man. Which is laid down by great millstone is right. You're starting to see it. And you don't want to be made to look like a fool in front of your congregation. So that's why you're switching up the doctrine, man. But it's too late. You already be made to look a fool, man. Hey, the spirit gonna call you out, man. The spirit's calling you false prophets out right now. That's why you can't stand it. That's why all you can do is resort to slander and lies when it comes to us, man. Starting with the apostles, because you don't got nothing else. You're defeated, like Esau's defeated. You defeated. Okay. You can't, your hands are too short. Your arms are too short to box with Yahweh Shema Shai, man. And it's proven. Okay? That was it, moment.
James 1, chapter 1, verse 9. Let the brother of low degree rejoice in that he is exalted.
Mm-hmm. So we're the least of the no, we're gonna be the greatest of the kingdom, but we're the like it says, set for the apostles last. See, we're the offscouring of the earth right now, but we're gonna be exalted in due time because we're the prophets, we're the true prophets of Yahweh Shema Shai.
But we're the one that's downgraded the most.
Yeah.
You know, hey, a bunch of bums with dresses,
Power Rangers,
Power Rangers, curtains on. You know, what did Nate just say? Idiots. Call it idiots.
Yeah, he called us idiots, man.
Mm-hmm.
We'll be that.
Yep. And who laughs last will get laughs the hardest.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna laugh hard, man. You got it.
But the rich, in that he is made low.
Right. The rich is talking about the elect. We're really rich right now in doctrine, in the wisdom, knowledge, understanding. The scriptures say riches are better than rubies. Roughly paraphrasing, you got it.
But as the flowers of the grass, he shall pass away.
Right, you false prophets gonna pass away with Esau. Okay, you're gonna pass away, man. You're gonna wither away. Because the Lord gonna wither your ass away with destruction. Okay. Hey, the scriptures saying Ecclesiastes, the rich sit in a low place. Right? You just read that out of we are made low. The rich sit in a low place, but guess what? We're gonna be exalted in due time, man. So talk all your little shit. Keep talking your shit, man, and see where that gets you in the long run. Man, that was it. You ain't have nothing. All right, so hey, we ended there, man. That's all I pretty much got. You know, hey, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. You know, I'm basically make this my MOTB weekly lesson. I do one every week. You know, but hey, Lord willing, this was edifying. We're gonna sign off by saying again, all praises and glorifications goes to Yahweh, double honors to the apostles and elders at great mystery on well, peace, love, and salutations to the hopeful elect, like the four corners of earth, preachers word and truth and sincerity. They'll say shalom,
shalom,
shalom, shalom.